Are you ready to rumble?
Oh my god.
Honestly, I can't wait to see what maps are going to be played here. And we have a sunset pick out of Sentinels.
It's going to be John QT going over to the KO, all things considered. So KO, Gecko, double flashes, and a lot of options to like fight past these double smokes that BLG are running.
They hit hard.
Pistol round.
YZ.
Coming in, folks. Eyes on YZ like he pushed up. It's second, getting in their face already.
Down A.
Seeing if anyone from Sentinel's backside would have gone for a peek, maybe they can get a man advantage that way. Neff spots out Zelsis. Everyone from B rotating off. Do they expect this long?
They're gonna crunch him.
Well, they certainly do now. He has to convert. Neff finding the advantage for Billy as the rest of the team pivot back towards this B side, and it looks like he wants to go for more. What a shot!
Out of nowhere comes Neff. Heads are rolling. The IGL from Billy making an early statement.
30 seconds left.
He planned two for mid under tube. You don't see that often. And Narrate was already
now. Still a Marshall for Neff, Guardian for Rusia. Levius with the Bulldog. YZ takes a big hit early. And he's, my goodness, the audacity to stand and fight that. Ends up being a trade. Happy enough with that for the attack side on your bonus.
Want to anchor. These are entrenched positions.
Bangno's got a good little line around it one way. Rusia, how?
The jump peak?
2 headshots. Reminiscent of Sen's start against Wolves on split. They lose the pistol and the bonus.
Wins a clutch, inspires the rest of his teammates with some confidence. That is unreal. Little micro snap.
Oh, I mean, that is land Valorant at its best.
He cannot believe that that happened.
And all 5 guns in the game for a retake. A very flash-heavy composition. First, there's a bit of information. Thrash is going to go ahead, see what he can spot out. Rusia's on top of 410, and he'll be brought down by Bang. He's been very snappy in these rounds. Nightfall's by the wayside. Now it's Neff and Levius who have to play from a long distance. Neff IGL all on his own, and that is stunning. It's up to Zelsis and John to bring him down, but John's on the defuse, still gets the job done. Ironclad nerves to keep the stick.
Was a little bit focused, perhaps too much so on getting kills. Posted up top here. And Bang exploits the lack of anyone being able to trade for him. Just gets an isolated 1v1.
The cover of all of this site, obscuring Util will have their plant.
Just walking through. He's just walking through the walls.
Singular player of Zelsis. Viper's bit to follow up here. Zekin found YZ. Again,
not slow down.
They've even up the odds now. Okay. Here's the null command. Rusia has to respect the fragment, stepping to the side of it now, still occupying this pit, but takes a big hit down to 30. It's dangerous, but Rusia thrives in these circumstances, and the spray is good. 2 for the Harbor. Levy is now playing from Crow's Nest. Sees John on the low ground with all these ultimates. It's just too much to handle. BLG close around out. Now we're headed over towards the B direction, and as always, Neff trying to play through me, but this time John is ready. Playing from Boiler.
Oh, Zekin just unaware of what's going on, and Zelsis tries to swing in for him. They end up going 2 for 2. Not a horrendous result. Safety in the cove to get this spike down for Rusia. How do Billy want a position, pick up the pace, and get really deep towards that site?
Wow, up on top of 2, but he's made a bunch of noise, and Bang is ready for him. Never change, YZ.
Found them.
2 players over here towards yellow. That's what BLG are working with in this post plan. John is readying a pop off this flash. Rusia moves in. Oh my goodness, again! That is ungodly from Rusia! All right, what is this?
Split right now, the rare A split.
Okay, we've got some pressure coming from A-Main at the same time as well. Narrate has fallen on the side. John getting a little bit nervous, but he's going to spray him anyway. Oh, it's a 3-piece for the Moroccan mastermind. And he knows there are players on the side for Billy. Bites his time. Gets second up by Rafters to take the fight, but Levius beats him to the punch and through the smoke, apparently. Levius deals with John.
You should run.
Numbers are even now if both teams go for these lockdowns simultaneously. A Venn diagram of disaster in the middle as Zelsis waits on them to come on out and give them a fight. This time a little bit more patient. Levius in position for a wrap. SEN surely. Oh, they've got a turret watching the timing, but it doesn't seem to matter because they're fighting over the B. It's favoring this Chinese squad. It is Russia dominating yellow again and again.
He's stepping up from the last games we saw of him during their qualifying run. He was good, but he's hitting another level right now.
Just another reckoning just around the corner, by the way.
It is meant to just one more orb and he'll have it. BLG are just so proactive. They are just choosing to swing out together, find a timing where Sen are trying to move forward. They're catching them out in the open on these retake efforts. Easy to be up there, to be frank, but they'll be happy to get that kill regardless.
Through the high tide, expect multi-swings on whzy. He's got to get out. Cloudburst away with the paranoia and effect. whzy, though, again, surely not. He backs up. Takes John QT out of the game and then falls back to a more safe position. He gets a second. How is he getting away with this? Levius and whzy now have to fight for this in a short-handed situation. He's on the spike location and in the middle of the dark cover. He dispatches Narrate. Now, though, overwhelmed. Zekin and Zelsis to the rescue. Levius sees one of them, but he can't stop Zelsis. A great round.
Right now, Sen are exploiting that overextension and aggression from the defenders. Now Levius wants to get in a decent position. He's go for the one. I love the way he's playing. This performance is sick.
That is raw sauce. And there is Net to come to the rescue. That could have gone awfully wrong for BLG. So Zelsis hasn't been able to be effective in his position outside of just radioing back some of this information.
Look at that second. Puts a dark cover on the turret so he can get by undetected.
Levius is taken down. Here's second. Playing from yellow. Knight has to step up here. Sen got 3 guns in the game still. K-Knight needs to find a way to extract them. Maybe take Bang first. But it's a big ass and Zelsis finally activates.
He's in the action.
Forced on her way. Down mid, they'll get to B pretty quickly as a result. This Viper's wall, though, will be a factor and in play.
30 seconds left.
Narrate's looking to try and get up a plant.
They're really trying to delay with these mollies, and in fact, if time gets low enough, they might want to use this Reckoning if they can stop the Wingman.
They didn't. Wingman gets the plant down, and John and Bang get to work. Oh, buddy, blink and you miss it.
Which is ultimately just thrown out the window now. Pop flash through. I love how John's playing this KO. We talk about him being set up teammates as an IGL, but also when you're in this KO role in a this you're one of the most active entry players.
Contemporaries did in this situation earlier this map.
30 seconds left.
Paranoia comes in, whzy unaffected though, is going to be tucked here by the box, but Zekin knows where to dig him out, but here come the reinforcements.
The spike is so far forward.
It is out in the open. Zekin has to help John retrieve, and they're going to come forward. Playing from Crow's Nest now, it's Zekin in a 1 versus 3. Hiroshi is too quick for him.
whzy both at 22 kills right now. That's what they finished with the other day when they played Icebox. And they've still got more rounds to push things further. They are playing so well.
Handily opens this opportunity for Sen to get an uncontested B-side plant.
Fuse, they're hoping to use it there. Yep, it's going to be activated.
Paranoia throwing out Zekin, just a little too slow to the punch. Narrate tucked in the corner, he knows he's going to be overwhelmed, and whzy wants to push up into the rest of the defenders. The high tide comes down, and so does the curtain on this first map for Sentinels. The dragon stirs, and Billy are eyeing off that playoff spot.
Defenders
what a way
win.
to start.
It looked like Sen were on pace for another comeback in the first map, just like what they did to Wolves yesterday. But Billy winning that pistol round on the second half, closing things out, making adaptations at the end, and finish it off with a great retake.
Really like having Zekin on Neon. I feel like it's such a staple agent for him. He's hit so many iconic clips on the agent, and I think Sentinels is really good at building up behind him and helping him get those entries.
Yeah, make it to those playoffs. Neff catches a beautiful timing while the rest of the players swing from mid for the distraction. Lovely.
He was waiting for that. He knew, of course, there'd be contact taken by his top mid teammates.
Here's to actually use it with.
Shocked up. That's dangerous. Definitely threatening to someone like Zelsis. Now, gonna swing out there, taken down. K-Knight is quite low as his Levius. We're in a post plant though, so Sen just have to throw themselves at this, and whzy will wait for them. Relay bolt to pave the way, and then he slides. Easy as you like. Forget about buying a Val. Can Sen buy a pistol?
Oh, from Billy, they are right into mid. And all of a sudden, there's so much pressure on Zelsis. Oh, Borussia caught on the teleport. What a snap from John!
Tiny stuff. And so the round ends.
Bunch of 3Ks on Icebox. The adjustment on the slide from whzy.
Paved the way. And that's why he's credited with 4 assists.
They are forced into this round. Rifles and Guardians. whzy going fast? And what a kill on the Bang.
Oh, I'm going to be punished. Bang not in a position. And here comes that null command now. Sen start to scramble on the site, and whzy will run them down. Narrate can barely tuck behind boxes, and whzy comes calling. Makes short work of him.
Oh, you know he's going to go for more. He is not slowing down.
I mean, why not?
Almost out.
Why not? Sen here hopes to maybe play into this double up, but Rushia there is watching. Sat behind whzy, giving him a safety net. And of all the players to do this to, site behind the null command, get whzy in a position to succeed. This alley area heavily. They're trying to overwhelm in. Rushia on the site, sees thrown out. Here's whzy, and there he goes.
Oh, just too many players.
Sen playing around him. Really needed to overload him. Player-wise to win that out. Here comes the Hunter's Fury though from elbow, but Zekin's got near to the site. Knight, he's got to be under some pressure. Nafia sat on the other side of the dark cover. Will spam if he needs to, but does he know when the rate is? There's the spray. Gets it to half, that ought to be enough. Shock Dart comes in, too little, too late. K-Knight unable to avert the round win.
As far as Nere being the lone man on site at the moment. whzy doesn't connect the relay bolt, but he's going to get it out the way.
Does he know John's there as well? It's actually 2 players in the set. Oh, that is dirty. Zelsis though on the side, large and in charge. Deals with the Neon. John went down, but Nare's still alive. They're over towards the alley side, but Rushia dinked early in the round at 10 health. They're still able to cause some problems, making waves. And it's on the Vibes Merchant himself. Zelsis knows 3 players are looking for him. Levius will be the one credited with the elim.
Great molly thrown by Nef that whzy capitalizes off of, pushing into the spawn there. They're forced out into the open. Zelsis gets the trade, but then look at this here. Rushia pushing up into that A-link. They have a flank from top mid, so even if he goes down, given his low HP, should be an instant trade. The clock, by such a significant extent. Here comes the util. Now the retake can come in.
Decken gets into the side immediately. Across the Sneffel with the Stingers able to fight him up close, but whzy looking for the Neon. Gets out on the side. It's 2 with the Stinger for second. Now BLG down to just Levius. And he can't see this tap on the spike. Flash there for John to set up a 3rd kill.
All of that with the clock reduced so significantly.
That kill is massive. Overdrive also earned now for Zekin. John has been delightful this game. 12 and 7 for the breach. John is biding his time. He's got just the answer for this. And here's Billy. Maladroitly touching down. Bang got dealt with. Rushia's in a bit of a nasty spot, but Celsius just clears him out. whzy slides back into action now. And there's some presence here from Ali. John's going to get pressured. Flash himself on the angle. whzy tries to turn it. No swing just yet. Takes 2, tries it again. This time, Sen have the answer. It's still in the game. There's a little paranoia there. Flash util also disrupting BLG as they try and set up from Link. They're going to push the site now. Through the smoke. Bang, tucked in the corner. Everybody comes to him, served up on a silver platter.
Capitalizes off the tension that was being paid to his teammates when that retake was coming in.
1 enemy remaining. Last
Beautiful
player
stuff.
standing.
The right clicks, tap down at the end on that. That is lovely from the shoulder. Oh, and now they know he's tucked in the corner. He has the paranoia. He's stuck. He's cooked. He's cooked.
Caught out by the util combo. We're now on B-side.
A backside trying to post up. Second at a deep position. Levy is still there, and he is caught.
Little wayward. That one is nice. Neff drops down. That's a Zekin understands his projectile motion pretty well. So this round, like the alphabet, will end with X. whzy trying to come out with a couple cute swings, but will be put out by Bang. As things start to come to a boil, a swing of this smoke now. See Zekin break the crosshair placement and deal with Levius. Sen had the numbers overwhelming that sole defender of the site. And whzy, all-star whzy has to salvage. That's a good start. Rushia down, no big damage done. And whzy eventually will be dealt with. Electrifying play from Zekin in a 4-piece to secure the equalizer map. Sentinels are far from done. Playoffs back into one of these teams, and they're leaving it all out there.
Picks already. Anything you can do, we can do better.
Yeah, I like it. Little mirror action going on here.
Here comes a hit. Razorvine comes out, going to be avoided by whzy. Extreme low. whzy! It's not a molly, but close enough. John down though. Rushia's having to deal with him with that classic, and Levius has got some sharp shooting here. What is this? Dominating.
What is
Sentinels on
happening?
that B side. Rushia makes the turn, sees him come.
Even at that, he gets the dink onto him, double face. Zelsis, there's no hope.
Okay, well, welcome to the show. Everything's made up. The points don't matter. It's a MasterCard Thrifty in this ring. I'll
Disgusting.
catch my own nade.
Look at this from Zekin. He satchels out in one tap. Narrate can't trade. I think he had a
One enemy
bulldog.
remaining.
He can't see, man. This is ridiculous. Things could get awkward. Sen can dump so much utility on them right now.
They're getting Rushia near side and Zekin with one paltry point of health is able to get here as Narrate found double. Levis is squeezed up on the side. Rushia is still there, trying to crouch, trying to hide away, trying to live. Instead of having none of it.
I'm getting into the light side. Yeah, you know, they get the spike down, but they just can't get forward. There's no real opportunity to do so. The option there was we just have to take the timing to swing out of this. SEN were overwhelming in that situation. Some of that defensive utility waiting out the cloud. They're going to have to burst in. Ultimate from whzy Zelson is out in the open, and he's caught. Traded, though. Back in with the showstopper with this Nightfall at the same time. Steel Cardin, though, hoping to make it so that SEN can't scale off of their own ultimate.
It has definitely slowed Sentinels down. Not confident, of course, without their primaries to push him. But Zekin doesn't need it. Oh, that's awkward. He'll take Rushia with him at the very least. Odds are evened. John steps up. 2 players here out of Waterfall for Sentinels. And they see the shoulder of Night. The double high-low stack, though, is tough for them to break. John knows Neff is around the corner, and he doesn't have the health to withstand an engagement.
Was the antidote to that retake, stacked with ultimates for SEN coming through. And Rouge is able to also get Zekin in time before the rocket connects. Which is highly important. And then it's just a nice
sign. It's unclear if we got any information about where whzy is set up. Okay, the Nightfall, but later leaving from Billy. Look at how decayed they are. It's easy. Night able to spray 2 of them down. Narrate has to challenge whzy here. Blast pack to try and disrupt. Shorty in hand. He knows exactly where his assailant would come from, and whzy drops Narrate like a sack of potatoes.
Zekin here. Narrate wants to get back sight again. Assist John when the pressure is coming in, when he's blinded up by the paranoia.
It expires quickly enough. The whyzy's brought down by Narrate. He's watching it from that high ground. John gets absolutely saved.
Not be anyway.
Sick round from Narrate. Wyatt, he was the standout for Sentinels in their last game. Won't be able to do more than 3 here, but should be enough. Okay, all of a sudden, John brought down. Viper's Peak going to be deployed by Neff, but he still needs to plant Steel Garden. But he has a shorty inside the pit. Not the worst scenario for him. And he'll wait this out, maybe look for a timing to swing out of the wall, and he's found bang! Zelsis!
Oh my god.
But Narrate here is able to find 3, protect John.
Spike down A.
Zekin picked up the op at the end of the round.
Oh, it's
Oh my god. He's going to get that C site for free. Do SEN try and actually pull back in here? They have a few players near it. Wow, look at this pivot from Billy to have to go through the thorns. Bay wants to swing off of it. Trades coming through, but now the site is taken. Spike should be able to be planted, but SEN have other ideas.
Now, whzy decayed very, very low. Sentinels, though, don't really follow up on the Nightfall instantly. Simply choose to get in position.
Yeah, cut off by some of those mollies. The thorns on the ground. They're going to do some damage tonight, and it actually nets the kill.
Decker now with the showstopper. Stopped in his tracks. whzy with an op shot now. He's in the thick of things. In the heart of the maelstrom, whzy wants to push up, and with this op. Oh, are you kidding me? Devastating impact from whzy. Almost an ace for him, but Zelsis is able to interfere.
He gets the damage through the wall.
Class on subverting expectations. SEN still struggling to adapt to this duelist.
Some of the power that even on attack Vice provides, where it's a denial of the flood. Those thorns being forward made it so that no one could really scale or try to fight off of the Nightfall that was used. And I mean, shot onto second, denying the showstopper is outrageous. And then somehow he tops it. Challenging to anchor against the Horde.
Pretty quick moves, though, from Sentinels up onto the A side. No upper presence yet for the defenders, and Neff gives as good as he gets.
He'll take 1-for-1 with that low HP.
K-Knight now straight to drop. Here comes that attack side Viper Ball now. It's a little bit annoying. whzy can't see past it. K-Knight might need to be activated to disrupt a potential plant. So the paint shells had the intended effect.
SEN players getting weak.
K-Knight flag! Right-click City!
Last player standing.
And they are both very low, below 60.
30 seconds
Zelson
left.
with the sheriff, but K-Knight thought he had him.
Full peeking.
30
Now,
seconds left.
Calling it.
He knows what the situation is. whzy, does he try to timing this? He goes through the molly!
Vulnerable and Arby's too easy to bring down, and Sentinels here have gotten exactly what they were looking for. Drawing Billy out of the defensive lines.
It's just great calling from SEN. BLG, where it's going to feel like they are absolutely down and out. They've committed everything they've got, and it pays off for whzy. This could get dangerous. They're ready to anchor BLG.
That can bounce on in. Rushia down, tries to play it safe, getting over towards the site. But Levis is good for 2. Narrate's going to be stuck here, decayed down. His position known and noted. K-Knight and Levis in no hurry, as John can't even get into the site with the spike in hand. An easy cleanup and a great use of the Nightfall there. Problem, SEN don't have a way to safely clear it, to trigger it. They've got to go B.
Not even very much damage actually done. We are down to 20 seconds right now. Second satchel in, a couple players on defense. Russia gets the first in the span through. John was just so weak.
And there's not much more to gain from this now. Zelsis heading over towards the seaside, but that shield wall's going to get come up either way, and Neff will be waiting. Narrate steps up, and this is tit for tat stuff, round for round. Full nuisance for SEN.
And there are still 2 anchors there, out in the open. That has to be traded.
The opening of the door is so big for Bang. He paves the way for a firing line of Sentinels to look out of that B connector. And he's ready for K9 as well. Bring me another, he says, and whzy acquiesces. An easy pick-off once more for the Rays.
Billy, of course, going to have to force up with everything they've got. They still have ultimates. That
Well, can't quite, so that's tree access now gained by Sentinels. Rushia, though, is ready. Pure stopping power. This time it's a Guardian shot to John QT's cranium. 12 seconds left. Sentinels have to go. Zekin getting sprayed down, but is able to find Rushia. whzy trying to disrupt with the blast pack, but gets caught out. Knight deals with Narrate. Zekin and Zelsis back to back for the series.
Steel Garden should be connecting onto both, though. Showstopper as well. He got that with the spike going down.
Zelsis is going to be jumped on in trees. Got nowhere to go. Primaries are available again. And back to back. Zekin and Zelsis put Neff in a solo situation. Signed, sealed, delivered. SEN City are back in a Masters playoffs.